just being confident in your technique. I should have, it wasn't the best game for me.
Even being an experienced guy, I mean, you've played a lot of football. Does that time off? I mean, you mentioned being a little bit rusty. I mean, is it something where there's a quick turnaround?
I mean, yeah, it's always a quick turnaround because you get used to the game because you've seen the speed of the game before. But when you first getting out there, you have to adjust a little bit because I missed 3 weeks, and the adjustment period, like everybody else, and came out a little rusty. It got better, at the second half.
Did it surprise you when they went for that first fourth down and tested you a little bit?
No, I didn't. I knew that those guys were out there to compete and they want to win just as bad as we did. So we knew that they were going to do some weird things to get us off balance. But Coach Brown kept telling us to attack.
Jordan, what was the message you guys were hoping to send with that national anthem?
It was just something that I felt strongly about. All these, it's a nationally spread issue right now. I just felt like my platform. I just felt like it didn't get a message.
Did you rally? A few guys did that. Or did you kind of organize that at all, or how did that come together?
I said something before, probably the first game of the season. I said something, but those guys, after the current events right now, those guys did it on their own. I just followed their lead.
What is your message, Jordan?
It is injustice here in the country that we see, and we gotta take notice of it. And that's really what it is. It's nothing disrespectful towards the country or anything like that, but it is injustice.
How do we solve it?
We gotta come together. Honestly, we have to encounter each other more. On both sides of the race or any race, we have to be involved with each other more than ever. We can't just think, okay, well, it is injustice. Okay, how do we fix it? From the outside, we have to come together. As a human race. Really.
Is it going to be a continuing thing weekly?
We don't know yet, honestly.
Michigan State players did. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Did Harbaugh say anything to you guys about
No,
that?
he didn't.
Michigan State did something very similar on their sideline. Did you guys see that? Did that prompt anything?
No, we were trying to prepare for Penn State at the time, and we just, those guys definitely led the charge. Channing Strickland, Mike McCray, David Dawson, all those guys came together, the senior class, and said, we got to do something about it.
You brought it up in the first week, but did this week's shootings bring it to, I guess, more of a head?
And it's not just this week, it's just the whole mess.
How hard is it to see Jeremy go off the field like that?
I almost cried on the sideline, really. He worked his butt off this whole season to have a great year, and he was having a great year. We just told him, at least it happened, in the quarter of the season where you get redshirted. And I pray he gets back this season at least, for the later half of the season, because you never know when he prepares. A guy wants to get on the field so bad, you never know where it happens.
Jordan, you said the first game it was his call. Could you have played in week one?
Honestly, no. But me being a competitor, I wanted to. I worked so hard the off season that I strained it during camp because I didn't have any days off in the off season. I was doing so hard, and that strain definitely sat me down a little bit. Take time off and let your body heal and rest. So you could say it was a plus that I got some time off because I wasn't, I wouldn't took that time off myself.
How do you think your performance was today? Would you say you're a little rusty or you a little
No,
fine-tuned?
definitely. It was way too many holding on my part, on my side. I was holding the receiver, especially on that long pass. I didn't have to, I just get my head around it and look at the ball. I could have broken it up regardless.
Would you say physically you're at 100% now?
Yeah, I can say I'm at 100%. I just got to trust my body.
Did you see the kicker coming on that kick return there?
Not even close. I did not see him at all. He definitely thought he was going to make the tackle when he did. But I put this out there. I'm not trying to throw any shade, but Jabril did miss a ball.
Have you ever been hit harder by a kicker?
No, never been hit by a kicker. Actually, never got caught by a kicker. But in college, I never knew that a kicker had the trigger in the hole. I never knew. I thought he just stayed back there for a safety valve. But he definitely didn't care about any of that. He took his shot and he made it.
You see anything with Jabril?
Oh yeah, yes, definitely. Jabril got some words, but yeah, he's making it up. He did the same thing Maryland game last year on that pick, and that guy shot my hip. But I'm not gonna say anything else about the situation. I love Jabril. He's a great player, but he have our hiccups.
Jordan, the Penn State kicker Joe Julius did that the first game of the year. Did you guys see that? And know
Yeah,
that before?
definitely. We definitely knew that he was a good football player and that he did things like that. So honestly, I really wasn't worried about it. I was worried about just beating him. But obviously you gotta respect good players.
We didn't get any
Definitely
grief
players.
from the sideline.
Oh my goodness, all type of things. But I was the first to acknowledge it. I said I was gonna be on the Bleacher Report, but everybody else definitely was laughing at me, and that's a cardinal sin. Don't get caught by the kicker. It was the worst thing you could ever see.
Jourdan, did you have kind of like a mental and physical checklist coming into this game? Things that you wanted yourself to do?
No, honestly, every